Everyone, welcome to the G2 Academy. My name is Gaurav and today I'm gonna talk about the NAS. What is NAS? So NAS stands for the Network Attached Storage. It's a file-labeled computer data storage server which is connected to a network. It's a purpose-built specialized computer to serve the files. It contains one or more storage drives which are logically configured and are redundant in nature called RAID. So here the configuration of the drives is based on the RAID configuration. So there are various kind of RAIDs configurations: RAID 0, RAID 1, RAID 2, RAID 6 and up to RAID 10. Okay, so drives are logically grouped and based on the RAID configuration. It doesn't need a fully featured operating system to serve the files. Instead, a specific OS or stripped down OS is used that is specifically for file sharing. It uses the file transfer protocol, network file system NFS for Linux or Unix servers, server message block SMB for Windows, and Apple filing protocol for Mac systems to access files over the network. So depending on your OS, it uses the protocol. It's not a block storage, which means NAS handles unstructured data such as audio, video, HTML, text files, and documents. So sometimes people understand NAS as a block storage and they start installing their OS databases, not OS, but the databases on NAS. So remember, it's not a block storage and it is specifically for unstructured data. Heterogeneous clients can connect to the NAS at the same time, means it is the single server where different clients can connect together. Next is NAS setup. Let's look at it. It's a NAS server, it's a network switch, it's a connectivity, it's a first client. These are the different clients. Okay, so remember that NAS is single server where it is connected to a network switch. So we have connected our NAS server to a network. Now multiple clients can connect to that network and get connected to the NAS server at the same time. Next is benefit. It scale out easily, means adding more drives in NAS server is very easy. Okay, but it can be drives can be added up to an extent because it's a box, right? So there is a limitation, right? At the same time, it's a benefit as well, it's a limitation as well. So if you need to replace, I mean, if you need to add limited drives, then you don't need to replace the existing servers. Because NAS is a purpose built to file sharing, it is tuned specifically for use cases like big data and multimedia storage, so clients can expect a better performance than general purpose server serving the file sharing. NAS devices are fault tolerant, which means data can be recovered from disk level failures. So here the disks used in NAS are not the same disk as the general purpose servers. These are the different disks. Okay, these can handle the fault tolerance, these can handle the data redundancy, all these things. Because every network device can access NAS, it is easily accessible. As I mentioned earlier, right? A client can easily connect to the network switch and then can get easily connected to the NAS server. Drawbacks: because data from NAS accessed as if it were on network drive, speed depends on local TCP IP Ethernet network. What does it mean? So consider that you are surfing something on Google, but let's say if you are doing some ticket booking in the peak season, right? And if there are multiple users accessing the same site at the same time, then you may face some bandwidth delay, bandwidth issue, or delay server responding to your request, right? So NAS is same because it's a single server, right? And if there are multiple, and it is connected to a network, so if there are multiple clients accessing the NAS server at the same time, you may face some delay or you may face some bandwidth issues. NAS becomes inaccessible if there is a power failure. So this is a single point of failure in NAS, in a case of NAS. So if remember the earlier diagram where I demonstrated you the NAS server, the link, and the network switch. So if any one of these goes down, right, NAS becomes inaccessible to the clients. Now the don'ts. So what we should not do with the NAS? So we should not install the databases on NAS. That is not recommendable because it is not suited for that and it is not even advisable. So the reason is that because the NAS doesn't have the basic safeguards to support the databases. Thank you.